Welcome here to the campus of LaSalle Academy in Providence, Rhode Island, as we get ready for our third championship game of the day, as we'll pause quickly for the national anthem. So it's going to be NK, North Kingstown, versus North Providence in the Junior Varsity Championship. We've already seen two champions crowned today, earlier this morning. The North Smithfield Express in the Junior Pee Wee Division, 27-0 winners over Johnston. A great back-and-forth affair we just had where the NK Jags in the Pee Wee Division took down the Lincoln Lions, 20-14. And now game number 3. North Kingstown again, the Jags in the Junior Varsity Championship, and squaring off against the North Providence Jets. Short kick, and it's a penalty marker. Good starting field position here for the North Providence Jets. Stone, Freeman, Kyle Rowley with you. And Kyle, we've had 2 really good games. Looking forward to a third here.
Yeah, that last one was unbelievable. If you like offense and if you like back-and-forth battles, I don't know who doesn't, but, man, they made us sweat it out on that last one. You know, we talked about it, started out very slow. Talked about maybe championship tends to lean towards the defense in that first quarter. They're able to kind of turn that anxiety into just big hits, let out some steam, while the offense doesn't necessarily always execute as well as they want to in the first quarter.
In this type of game, too, as we just take a look at the playoff bracket as an indicator, North Kingstown, 38 points and 52 points they've scored in their first 2 games. North Providence, 32 points and 42 points. They can both score the football, as the first play from scrimmage is a rush for Lorenzo DeAngelis for North Providence. And this drive began at the, looks like the NK 47-yard line, and that'll be spotted at the NK 46, so a 1-yard gain.
Well, you asked me if I expected more passing, a little more wide open attacks as we go up in age brackets, and I told you I sure do. I have a history with Cam Monahan. He shows you a little bit of a savvy sidearms toss out to the swing route on that first play. They're coming out in wide sets, one running back next to him in the backfield.
So from the 46 now, snap back. They hand it off. It's again DeAngelis, who bounces off the line of scrimmage. He's got some blockers out in front, too, as he gets to the 30, the 20, tight-roping the sideline 10, and he's still up on his feet, down at the 2-yard line. A fantastic 44-yard run for DeAngelis, and North Providence is in business.
Unbelievable run. He did a lot of things right there, and just when you thought he got tracked down, he slipped out again and almost had a touchdown. That's how you start first quarter of a championship game. Give your team a little boost. If you're one of the leaders, make a big play, get people excited, turn that anxiety into excitement. You kind of flip the script on all that and get people comfortable early. By the way, we talked about it all day. If you can put 7 up quick, it really puts the other team on its heels, and that can kind of play into the psyche of your opponent.
So North Providence looking to strike first on the opening drive of the Junior Varsity Championship here at LaSalle Academy. Quarterback takes the snap. DeAngelis hands it off on an end around, and North Kingstown has an answer. The ball carrier was number 21, Gavin St. Orange, and be second down.
Sneaky little play there. They actually did what we were watching a lot in the last game, putting 3 guys down in that H-back set, looking like you're just going to run off tackle for sure, and then slip a handoff inside, almost a reverse action there as he tried to get to the outside. What was great, though, is North Kingstown's outside defensive ends and linebackers did not fall for it. They did their job. They stayed home.
So it's at the NK6, a 4-yard loss. North Providence and North Kingstown are the number 1 and 2 seeds, respectively. So each of these teams fighting to be the top team at the end of it all. DeAngelis takes the direct snap as he drifts out. And he's got a bunch of black jerseys in front of him and a couple different tacklers storm to take him down, including number 95, Liam Barner for North Kingstown. And after that big 44-yard run, back-to-back tackles for loss for this NK defense.
Yeah, so North Providence is going to slip Cam Monahan back into the game. It looks like what they're going to do any time inside the 15, put DeAngelis back there at quarterback to go to their Wildcat set. They'd like him to just kind of be able to feel the flow and pick his own holes, but now more of a traditional set with Monahan back in the game.
Monahan's looking to throw towards the end zone. He's got a man, and it is incomplete. So taking a shot, and it's incomplete on 3rd down. It was 3rd and goal from the 10.
Yeah, a little bit of play action there with Monahan. They send a guy into the corner of the end zone. I didn't think a bad spot with the ball. Pretty good timing here. But if you could lead him a little bit more, but gives his receiver a chance to make the play in the end zone, you know, that's all you really kind of want to do. And he had a chance to come down with it. DB did a good job getting back into that play.
NK was 7-0, North Providence 7-1. So teams very similar this season. Again, the number 1 and 2 seeds respectively. As a spread look here for the Jets of North Providence. Snap taken. They hand it off. And they're going to throw it. And it's caught, complete, and it is a touchdown. It was Gavin Varin that threw the football.
Number 4 there, Marcus Gilson on the reception. I've never seen a play like this. I'm pretty sure that was not designed to be a pass, but trouble in the backfield, a little bit of a mistimed snap. He goes off his back foot, gets his left shoulder downfield, and slings it sidearm into double coverage, but slips it through. Unbelievable. So broken play, turned touchdown.
So it's Varan to Gilson for a 10-yard TD. And that caps off a 47-yard touchdown drive. And there's a flag on the play. First time we've seen a kicking unit out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
And looks like it's going to go against the Jags. So we'll move this extra point up a bit.
The quarterback, Cam Monahan, will be the extra point kicker here.
The kick is up and the kick is blocked. That's a live football.
No.
Oh, no. Audio. We're back here in Providence, 6-0, 47-yard touchdown drive. Capped off with a Gilson 10-yard touchdown. Extra point no good. It's 6-0 North Providence. As we'll get our first look at the North Kingstown offense. Good kick. Drifts this Jags back to the 5-yard line, and a good return out to the 40, looks like 38-yard line. The returner was number 32, James Droney, and that's where the Jags will begin their first drive in this championship contest at the 38-yard line.
Nice job there by Droney just to get upfield, get what he can get. And because like you said, that was a pretty good kick. It wasn't looking good for a second. I like the kickoff returners that just kind of make one move and head in the direction. They get in trouble. You saw it last game. When you make too many moves back and forth, then you start losing ground.
So under center, NK takes the snap, and it's a pitch. The quarterback is number 2, Parker Callahan, and he hands it off to number 32, James Droney again.
North Kingstown comes out, as opposed to last game, a much more traditional set with Callahan under center. Goes with a little toss action there, back to that traditional style of offense. And got someone down.
Yeah, I thought there was maybe an injury, but looks like this gentleman is going to have to. He wanted to fight through it, but once you bring some attention to yourself, you got to come off the field for a snap.
Right. Number 52, Tyler Williams, now limps off on his own accord. He'll take a seat for a second, sit out at least one play. As North Kingstown comes out of the huddle, 2nd and 6. Their second offensive play of this game.
Quarterback goes under center again. That's Callahan. And they hand it off again. This time it's to Owen Ayers. And he lost the football. Did North Providence get it inbounds, though? And I think he fumbled it out of bounds, so NK gets away with one.
Well, what started out as a very bad play for North Providence, they did not set the edge, let kind of themselves get hooked by those lead blockers, turned into a scary moment for North Kingstown as the ball popped out of his hand inexplicably up the right sideline.
1st and 10 from the 49 now. North Kingstown had beaten North Providence earlier in this year. So it's fitting that these top 2 teams would meet here for a chance at one more matchup with one another. And they're going to pitch it again. Hefty amount of running here for NK, and it's a big 10-yard gainer for the Jags. The ball carrier is again Droney. And it sets up another 1st down and 10 to go, this time from the 38-yard line, a gain of 11.
Real nice action by North Kingstown in the backfield. A lot of times when you run those motion sweeps, the guy's momentum will just take him wide and just continue to get wide. When they're tossing, he's almost already on a downhill angle attacking the line of scrimmage.
So NK moving quickly as they hand it off. Bunch of movement in the backfield that opens up a wide open opportunity, and taken down. It's Droney again. A flag came into the play as we wait to see.
A lot of trickery in the backfield right there. What you want to do with all these moving parts is just find where 32 is. That's likely where the ball's going to go as they hide Droney in the slot and bring him back through on the counter trap.
So it's going against North Providence. So they're not only going to get the yardage on the play, they're going to get the penalty yardage as well and move them well downfield. Now to the 7-yard line. So between the gainage and the penalty, it's a 31-yard gain for North Kingstown. Callahan goes under center again. They hand it off. A rush up the gut, and it's going to be shy of the 1st down, or rather touchdown, for Damon Portuanatu, I should say.
Portuanatu straight ahead, number 10. You know, this is where you're 1st and 7. Just pound the ball straight ahead for 4 plays. You'll end up in the end zone if you don't think too much about this.
Chance to tie this game up. And they're in. North Kingstown fooled just about everybody in the stadium, and it's a touchdown to tie this game up at 6.
Portinato, again, I'm gonna smooth that name out. Yeah. Portinato,
I like that.
And man, he runs hard and he runs downhill, and right there, no one wanted to get in his way. He's able to tie the score 6-6 as we look on to this extra point. We might have another back and forth battle on our hands.
They are championships. Extra point is up, and the extra point is good. 7-6 rather. NK takes the lead by an extra point.
Adam Hayes there with the point after. And interestingly enough, you get to these larger age groups, and you're getting 2 still for the kick, which
oh, that's right, yeah,
makes it worth it for them to employ that.
So it's 8-6. That's right.
Because the kicking is so tough at the youth level.
Sure.
They flip-flop it where you get 1 to run it in, 2 to kick it in. But I think at this this level, and maybe just because it's a championship, it looks like maybe that at some point you got to flip it back to the normal way. But they keep it that way for this game, and that's why you see the score 8-6 North Kingstown's way.
So NK will now kick it back off to North Providence. NK's place kicker is Hayes. And it's DeAngelis back to receive the kick. Hayes with a short kick, and it's going to go out of bounds. Penalty marker comes in, and North Providence will again get good starting field position.
Yeah, that's the problem with that. We talked about it. I think it makes a little bit more sense that for the smaller guys to try that onside kick. We talked about how big those little guys, the Pee Wee squad and the junior Pee Wee squad, make this field look. So I feel like to give a junior Pee Wee team the ball at the 40, no sweat. But these big guys, they can play, and now they've got a short field, we call it downhill field, to start their offense.
So the ball will be placed at the NK 45. North Providence 45, and that's where we'll begin this drive. DeAngelis is branched out as a wideout now here at the bottom of the formation. Takes the snap, looking downfield. He's got a few men, and he's got somebody wide open. Out for the races is Varin, who already has a touchdown today, and he's got his second. He threw a touchdown. Now he receives a touchdown, and North Providence wastes no time. It's a big score. 55-yard touchdown for Varin. And back in front go the Panthers.
Unbelievable. Great job. Great route. Poised play by Monahan. He didn't have his initial receiver. Looked like he was looking to a wheel route up the sideline. Found his post, and good job with the yak yards, able to scamper into the end zone. That is making it look easy on offense.
So it's 12-8.
Great throw. Yeah, he's already going through his progressions at this age. That's unbelievable. You can see, how he flicked that ball, made it look kind of easy, and a good route, good catch, good pitch and catch, as you say.
So they're going to go for 1. They hand it off to DeAngelis.
was nice. He went.
Yeah. Here we go. About 3 minutes and change left to go in the first quarter, and a ton of offense. 12-8 after the Monahan to Varan touchdown, 55 yards for North Providence. The kick is up, and NK will receive it. The Jags will get great field position into North Providence territory on the bring back.
James Droney threw an elbow there at the end of that return, knocked North Providence player on his back.
This game could have the making, Kyle, of whoever possesses the football last, at least what the early onset of the first quarter has indicated.
That's the feel you get. You know, we're looking at another short field. I called it downhill last time, but there's definitely different zones to this thing, and this puts the offense on its toes, leaning forward, able to make plays. When you're backed up, you have a different disposition about you. But see what North Kingstown's able to do here. Downhill with Droney.
Direct snap, and he takes it to the 45, so a 4-yard gain brings up 2nd and 6. This NK team just scored on their opening drive as well, though. Portionado had the 2-yard touchdown, and there was a penalty marker that came in late, and it's going to back up North Kingstown.
It's crazy how much bigger they get each age bracket. Like, it's a big jump every single time. It's like we're watching a time lapse. We did 2 games prior to this, the junior Pee-wee and the Pee-wee, and now watching the junior varsity, and the play gets more polished as you go up.
So this has been backed up all the way to the North Kingstown 40. Next play brings it to about the NK 45, and it's going to bring up pretty long 3rd down.
Liam Barner there in the backfield. First time we've kind of seen that set with him. Trying to give Droney a little break. There's only so much pounding you can take. They're going straight ahead with Droney almost that whole first drive and beginning of this drive. Good to give him a little breathing room. I feel like that's the modern offense is like employing multiple running backs so that everyone's fresh and so that they have longevity throughout the season.
North Kingstown back out there. Snap and hand it off. Zigzagging his way upfield now to the 40, some space to the 30, and pushed out of bounds at the 25-yard line. It's a great run for James Droney.
Cameraman down.
And the cameraman took a spill.
That doesn't look good.
Oof.
A police officer happened to be right there attending to him. He is flat down and out.
Well, the good news is there's plenty of personnel over there to check him out, including law enforcement, as Kyle alluded to.
He's moving his legs.
Never like to see that.
Yeah, it looks like a camera guy had his eyes in the camera. Action came straight towards him. Droney to the sideline. I didn't actually catch the collision. But yeah, he's been laying there with not much movement.
We're back here at LaSalle Academy. A scary situation as one of our camera folks on the sideline was just taken out in a rescue. So that was the delay. Of course, we're hoping for the best for that gentleman as we are back to action here. Yeah, the cameraman is on the way to the hospital. A Providence EMT unit came and picked him up. So we'll be thinking of him as we continue to move through today's games. And that's what the delay was from. So thanks for staying patient with us as we get back to field level where North Kingstown possesses the football. They got the ball now at the 28-yard line after a penalty that was just seen off air. And North Kingstown will continue this drive. So Stone Freeman and Kyle Rowley with you. Thanks so much for spending a portion of your afternoon with us. His name is Michael Hoff. So we'll be thinking of Michael as he was taken by rescue to a nearby hospital as a tackle in the backfield. 21 for North Providence. Skirts into the backfield. That's Gavin St. Odge again. Comes up with the impressive stop, and it's second down and long to go. First down markers at the 8-yard line as we're inside the final 30 seconds of the first quarter of play.
This game started off back and forth, and then with the mishap on the sideline, feels like everything's kind of slowed down. North Kingstown looked unstoppable to that point, but it's it seems like much like icing the kicker, you know, or a tennis player taking a long bathroom break just to break up the momentum of it being on someone else's side. So that seems to have kind of dulled North Kingstown's offense as they find themselves in a second and about 20 situation.
So number 75 for NK, that's Logan Milani. Comes off walking under his own power, which is good, but ultimately that's what the next stoppage was for. So the clock will roll once teams get to the line of scrimmage here as NK faces second and long. Ball at the 29, they need the 9, so second and 20. And we're back again in Providence at the North Providence 29-yard line. North Kingstown comes out of the timeout taken by the Jets. And the Jags will snap this football on second and long. Handoff upfield and a nice run here on second and long. Some blocking well downfield. But it's going to be about a 6-yard gain, obviously, in a situation where you got long to go. It doesn't seem like much, but number 10, Damon, again, takes it for 6. Back here for the second quarter, 12-8. North Providence up on North Kingstown, but the Jags are driving. As it's 3rd and long for North Kingstown. Snap, handed off to a streaking Barner, and he's taken down. Barner, the big fella, number 95, gets taken down just shy of the original line of scrimmage, and that'll bring up 4th down. It's 4-down territory, I'd assume, here, though.
Yeah, absolutely. Unless they've got a kicker that has this type of distance, which I doubt, they'll try to take a shot here on 4th down. See what they dial up as far as the passing game. I got to think that they got to go to the air here, 4th and about 14. Good tackle there by the cornerback for North Providence. Looked like 34 on the tackle. 14. Giovanni Regano.
Callahan takes the snap. Play action. Callahan steps up and he's taken down. 2 different Jets stream into the backfield, including Robin Cuevas. He's number 1. He was the first man to the quarterback. And that will be a turnover on downs. And the hot North Providence Jets will take over.
Looked like 45. Boyer was in the backfield as well. North Providence amped up about it. That's the problem with, only dropping back to pass on those 4th and 14 type situations. Those defensive ends are able to pin their ears back, run the hoop, and meet you 7 yards back.
So North Providence has an opportunity to open this game open a little bit more. They scored a 55-yard touchdown their last possession, and they're going to throw it again downfield, and it's almost intercepted. In the area with a hand on it was Owen Ayers, and it's incomplete. And Monahan put some oomph behind it and just overthrew his receiver.
Yeah, Monahan to Nate Perry there, son of James Perry, head coach at Brown University, one of my former teammates. And just a little bit errant of the throw. Call that a quick post or bang post. And a little bit high on the delivery.
So it's incomplete. 2nd and 10. First down markers up at the 38. Monahan takes the snap, hands it off, and coming around the edge is St. Ange again. And he'll get taken down in the backfield. So this NK defense trying to force a 3-and-out of their own and win some field position battles here in the second quarter.
Yeah, this game's really slowed down offensively. Both teams having a hard time getting back in a rhythm here. We talked about how hard it is to come out in a championship game hitting on all cylinders, but both these teams did, and now both struggling to even gain any yards.
So it's 3rd and long.
Interesting set here. 4 wide receivers to the bottom of your screen.
Monahan can air it out, of course. He gets flushed out, lofts it up. DeAngelis has it. He's got some work to do, and he's taken down at the 31. So this will be 4th down.
Nice heady job there by Monahan. He's got a screen to both sides and the option to use either at his discretion. He doesn't like what he saw in the 4 set, so hit it to DeAngelis, one of his most dangerous players.
Yeah.
But, North Kingstown's defense did a good job containing that and putting North Providence in this 4th down, I'd say 4th and about 6 situation.
So 4th down, 6 to go. Clock continues to roll here. That's what the official is signaling.
Like we finally get a punt here.
DeAngelis, who can do it all, is the man back, and he's going to punt it, and a good one in that. Fair caught at the 45, and that's where the drive next will begin for North Kingstown. So, Kyle, our first look at a punt, pretty good one, too.
Yeah, nice high punt. Stepped into it. Maybe a little too high, but that's hard to do at this level.
So NK will begin their 3rd drive of the day at the North Providence 45-yard line. So it's officially going to begin at the 46. of North Kingstown. And the Jags break out of the huddle.
A late defender running onto the field. See if North Kingstown takes advantage. Droney to the left.
Yeah, it's pitched out to Droney, and he's got a 3-yard gain shy of midfield at the 48-49 yard line. And NK, of course, just turned the ball over on downs their last drive, but their opening drive was successful.
To me, if I'm on North Providence's defense, my main concern is where is 32 on the field. They seem to, they'll employ him in the backfield, but they'll also hide him at the wing. And invariably, I would say about 80% of the time, they're trying to find him with the ball.
So they hand it off, and up the gut. Pushing the pile backwards is the men in white, the Jets, but it'll bring up third and real short for NK.
Yeah, and then you see about, 10 to 20% of the time, you'll get the change up with Portinato.
Yeah.
But I feel like the plays that are to Portinato are much more straightforward downhill.
Yeah.
You're not going to get caught off guard with that. But what you will get caught off guard with is the counter to Droney, which we saw he hit the cameraman. That was about a 40-yard gain.
So 3rd and 1 here for the Jags.
There he is.
And they pitch it over to him. And he's got the first down and a little more. Out to the 40-yard line in North Providence territory, and it's a chain mover for the Jags.
Jags are pumped up. Droney trying to get his sideline into this game. I think he's got a sense of this moment that they're a little bit slowed down after the big breakage. Both teams we saw trying to warm themselves back up on the sideline. We questioned, I didn't even know if these young kids get tight at this age, but they were getting warmed back up.
About 5 minutes to go here in the first half of what has been offensive all around. And whistles blow this play dead. I think it's a false start. Yep.
Well, they were trying to go there at 24, Owen Aris. And that's the first time we've seen kind of him in the mix. But they'll be penalized. So we're looking at 1st and 15. This second quarter's been kind of riddled with tough second down and third down, or first down, second down situations.
The ball is now at the 46. 15 yards would be the 31. That's what the Jags are searching for.
There it is.
And end around again, and no, I'm sorry, they faked it. It comes up right away. Good. Back here in Providence. Clock continues to roll here after the injury timeout. So both these teams got to rush to the line of scrimmage. North Kingstown and North Providence squaring off in the JV Junior Varsity Championship. The Jags of North Kingstown, the Jets of North Providence. So it's 2nd and long, 2nd and 15 for the Jags. And the quarterback drops back. He throws it, and it's caught. He's got a receiver at the 40. He's up to the 30-yard line, 20, still up on his feet, a stiff arm, and a touchdown. A big play for Liam Barner.
Liam Barner took a pass to the flats, turned up the sideline just when you think he couldn't go any further, threw a stiff arm in to make his way to the end zone. Unbelievable job to stay in bounds. I thought he had no shot here with 3 North Providence defenders. He just puts his hand in his mask, but it's getting called back.
They said a legal shift, a legal formation of some sorts that negates that touchdown. It would have been a 49-yard touchdown
big break for North Providence. I mean, I should say, North Providence.
This is what we talked about, Kyle, too, in these championship games. When you get two really good teams, sometimes the only thing that separates them is penalties when you hurt yourself.
Yeah, I think more than people realize,
Yeah.
the penalty is a drive killer because it's very hard to overcome these 2nd and 15s, first and 15, 2nd and 10s.
So they're back to where the drive started at the NK 46. They entered into North Providence territory, and now it's been negated after that penalty.
The other drive killer is drop passes.
Yeah.
If you really look at those post-game play sheets, you see a drop pass, you'll see a punt after. You see a penalty, you'll see a punt invariably after.
Yeah.
It just puts undue pressure, right? But the argument is that you get called for holding every so often, but you got to kind of play the game
You're right.
where it's played, and everybody's out there holding, and just got to be good at getting away with it.
So here we go on 2nd and really long now. Out 2nd and 22.
That was a nice little play to Barner. So, you know they've got wrinkles like that in the playbook, and he looked good when he turned upfield. Looked good going up to get the ball. Got it at the high point. Looked like almost like a college tight end to me.
So NK back in their own territory. Under center is the quarterback, Callahan. He's going to throw it. He's looking for Barner again, and it's incomplete. This time over the hands. 3 different Jets in the area, including 27 Kingston Barrett. And this will be 3rd and long now.
Yeah, Barrett was back there along with another couple guys, linebackers and DBs, but they like Barner on that because of his height. Had a window if he put a high ball to his back shoulder, but that's a tough throw at this level. Just missed by about a foot.
NK is in need of that first. North Providence, especially with this lead, up 12-8. As we get a whistle, but North Providence trying to really outstretch the lead. If they can get a stop and score before timeout, or before the halftime, I should say.
3rd and a mile.
Yeah.
Barner back deep. Everyone else looks like man coverage here, although they're backing off late.
Callahan throws it, and it's incomplete. It's knocked away by Lorenzo DeAngelis. And a nice play by number 2. 4th and long.
Ben Dallavermento in on the play as well, close by. Good coverage. Trying to target Barner there on the slant. He's a big-bodied guy. If you put it in front of him, he can tend to shield off these would-be defenders, but he executes a perfect swim there, DeAngelis does, to get his hand late on the ball. Pretty well-thrown ball, though.
We'll see if NK elects to punt. Right back to action here on 4th and long, as North Providence took a timeout to see what NK might do, and inevitably NK is going to punt it. And it's a sidewards punt that goes out of bounds at the 47-yard line. So buys a couple yards from the line of scrimmage, maybe 2.
Parker Callahan, the quarterback back, he's at an odd depth. That's what, kind of gave us away. This is probably a punt, but they're going to employ their quarterback as their punter. The problem with not being back a good 10, 12 yards is that situation right there. Any amount of penetration, and you're in an awkward situation to try to get a punt off.
So they'll give them the 48. That's what this next drive begins for North Providence. The Jets trying to take advantage and really stretch out this lead. I mean, it's only 4 points, but it seems like so much more when you haven't been able to stop North Providence. Their first drive they were stopped on was their last drive. There was a turnover on downs. Monahan's going to fling it out, and it's complete. Penalty marker does come in, and the reception was made by
11, Varan.
That was 11. That was Varan.
Yeah, just a screen to Varan. A little bit of a low throw from Monahan. Varan bailed him out a little bit, does a good job to get upfield and, pick up a couple.
So this is the 4th drive for the Jets.
Ever since that cameraman went down, it's been very stagnant, odd, slow,
you're right,
monotonous type of game. Before we were talking about this one might be a back and forth just like the last one. Everything's just kind of slowed down.
So the penalty on the illegal formation drops North Providence back into their own territory. As DeAngelis awaits the snap next to Monahan, who will take the snap. The QB pitches it. DeAngelis got to get upfield, though, here. And he gets the penalty yardage back, out of bounds on his sideline at the original line of scrimmage at the NK 47.
I feel like this is the type of time where a college team might employ some no-huddle, try to get in a little bit of a rhythm, get your guys going, get the defense back on their heels. But, Cam Monahan and the North Providence offense seem set to run a methodical style offense where they make sure everyone's set. He's out of the gun. He's kind of running the show, making sure they're set up right. He's under center now.
Monahan pitches it. It's DeAngelis back at the 45. Reverses course to the 50. DeAngelis to the 45-40, and he's got some breathing room now. Down the sideline, and he's in for the score.
Unbelievable run by DeAngelis. Lorenzo DeAngelis made some moves, made a couple of guys fall. 2 guys run into each other as he cut back from a run that should have been to the right side all the way back to the left, and then outran the entire North Kingstown defense.
You're right. So that'll make this game 18-8. And I think they'll bring out the extra point unit. In this case, though, as Kyle alluded to, the extra point unit is worth 2. Chance to go up 20-8. Some breathing room.
Yeah, North Kingstown is in trouble now. This went from a very tight matchup. If they get this right here, they have their backs to the wall with only 2 minutes left.
So they're going for the traditionally 2-point play that at this level of football is worth 1. And it's a direct snap.
Good job.
And NK had an answer. So the score will remain 18-8.
Yeah, it's important because now it's a touchdown to field goal. They get that, and they're in a tough situation. Like I said, I haven't seen a lot of energy from North Kingstown. The offense has been stagnant since the stoppage in play, so they really got to try to do something here before halftime. 2:28. No real rhythm to this game. Even now, why aren't the kickoff teams out on the field?
Yeah, you're right.
The refs are letting them.
It's a little bit more quiet since the incident we had on the sideline. But it's 18-8. A lot of offense in this first half of play.
I wish we had replay right here. Lorenzo DeAngelis made some moves there. I was rooting for him. Kind of my eyes bugged out of my head when he made that first move.
He bounced off the line of scrimmage. They'll kick it away. And that ball goes out of bounds. And a penalty marker comes in.
You know, it's odd. You know, we're both looking at each other like, what are they doing? Because it's not quite an onside kick, but it's also directed directly out of bounds. They're almost just set to take the penalty. No one's ever going to run a kickoff back on us. You're going to take the ball where we say you
That's
are,
it.
and we're going to get take the penalty. So we don't care. You know, I don't know, and maybe it's just they've scouted, you know, and they don't want to kick and let Droney get his hands on that ball back there and get ahead of steam. He's kind of scares me as far as every time he touches the ball. It seems like with his speed, and he hasn't got loose quite yet, but he could go the distance at any second. So that, you know, that might be what they're doing.
So NK begins their fourth drive here. And they hand it off in the backfield. And it's going to be taken down.
Owen Aris there, 24, on the little trap counter, whatever you want to call it. Another man down. Looks one of the big guys.
Back here in Providence after the injury delay, there was a NK Jag and a North Providence Jet on the deck that both walked off under their own power, which is great. So we are back to action here in the capital city. 18-8, NK trying to narrow the deficit. They throw this ball over the top and it's knocked away again. They keep searching for Liam Barner, and these DBs for North Providence have answers.
Yeah, that one was on Callahan. He is just a little bit errant with that throw, trying to get Barner on the seam route, which I thought was a pretty good throw the time before. But go back to the same play, and this one just a little bit wild. No chance for Barner to reel that in.
So it'll be third down and about 12 to go. Ball at the 38. They need midfield at the 50 for a first down, do the Jags. Snap taken. Snap thrown, and it's knocked down again. NK desperately trying to get this passing game going, but North Providence seems to have some answers.
Yeah, they just seem a little bit out of sync in the passing game. Nothing kind of hitting as it should. That time they send Barner on the seam, and they try to sneak James Droney, number 32, who we talked a lot about, underneath. Ball was kind of in between both players.
That's right. So this will bring up 4th and long now, 4th and 12 for NK. As they spread out the offense, they're going to throw this football here with a minute or so left to go here in the second half. And it's Barner that gets some yardage back, but it's not nearly enough for a first down. And out will come this NP North Providence offense that's been really good today.
You know, North Kingstown came out today, gave a heavy dose of James Droney. They really made a concerted effort to get Liam Barner involved, and just not working out for them. The pass game, like we said, just seems a little bit of off balance, and they give it back to Barner there. Looks like a great runner, head of steam, but some nice tackling up front by North Providence, which gives them back the ball.
This is the 5th drive of the day for North Providence. Here we go. New set of downs for North Providence after the timeout. It's their 5th drive of today's game. They're up 18-8. And what looks like could be their final drive here of the half as Monahan throws it out. It's complete. Far sideline, getting upfield with some space now to the 35-yard line. And finally taken and pushed out of bounds is
Giovanni
Varanigan. That's right, yep.
Number 11 on the out route, Cam Monahan looking very poised in the pocket. His offensive line doing a great job giving him time. He almost looks statuesque, turns his left shoulder, gets it out to the flats, and they're kind of making the passing attack look easy at this junior varsity level, which is rare.
Right. So the clock rolls. About a minute left to go here in the first half of what has been a slow-moving game. We've had some injuries both on the field and off the field that have delayed this game. DeAngelis flexes into the backfield on 1st and 10 for East Providence. Monahan throws it. Monahan's got a man over the middle with some speed too, to the end zone. Touchdown, Marcus Gilson.
That is what you call dirty. Marcus Gilson on the in route. Monahan sidearm slings it on the crosser in stride to him off his back foot, and he squeaks his way into the end zone after a nice little out route the play before. And that's how quickly North Providence kind of puts this game almost out of reach at this point. North Kingstown really showing no signs of anything on offense since the first quarter, and problems for North Kingstown and their defense. Offense has to drum something up after this.
So Gilson gets his second touchdown of the game. He had a 10-yarder earlier, now a 24-yarder. And to Kyle's point, it is all North Providence in this first half. They will bring out the 2-point unit. And there's a false start against the offense. This will back them up. So it'll back them up. And of course, all those yards are so meaningful at this level where extra points are not a guarantee.
I'll try to make it an 18-point lead here.
This is virtually a 22-yard field goal. This would be pretty impressive. And timeout taken by East Providence.
They're back in their offensive.
Here we go. Looks like they're going to go for one here. Again, at this level, when you go for two, you're going for one. When you go for one, you're going for two virtually. So extra points are worth 2, and 2-point conversions are worth 1. See what North Providence has up their sleeve. And North Kingstown has a stop on it. So that will keep this score at 24-8.
Yeah, and the significance of that is 16-point lead, which keeps it technically at a 2-possession game.
Yep.
It's a championship. We're entering the end of this quarter. But, you know, back to that offensive showing, that last drive.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to remember, it feels like we're watching a high school game. He's turning, throwing out routes on time, and that was impressive enough, but the way he flicked it into that window with a little flick, like a sidearm flick, and in stride, and that kid almost like they are reading this at a college level.
A really high IQ offense for North Providence. And the Jets continue to impress. Have to play some defense, though, here in the final few seconds of the half. 49 ticks of the clock remaining. They have 2 timeouts remaining. Does NK to use at their discretion. DeAngelis, a big kick.
Oh-ho.
He overkicks the coverage. It's scooped up by Hayes. Hayes got a long ways to go, but he gets past the first wave. There was a block that opens up some space for Hayes. Hayes down the sideline. He's out of bounds. The penalty marker came all the way here on the near sideline where there was nobody around. But I think it's a blindside block.
I don't know, but unbelievable return.
Yeah.
He struggled so much just to corral that ball in the beginning, and then for him to find the sideline.
We'll wait and see. There doesn't seem to be any notion of moving backwards, so I could be wrong. Oh, I think it was just a sideline warning.
Yeah, that happens a lot. And that's why coach is pushing them back over here.
Yep.
So that's just the spark that North Kingstown needs here. If they could put points up before the end of this quarter, it feels like we're in the third quarter, I think, with that big stoppage in play.
You're right.
But we're about to go into halftime. So there's a lot of football to be played.
And actually the coaching staff here and the North Providence sideline is going to be penalized now. So they were given a warning, and now the coaching staff is going to be penalized for unsportsmanlike conduct. And it's going to give North Kingstown even more of an advantage on what was an impressive kick from North Providence that North Kingstown took it back almost 40 yards. This was at midfield, and now after the unsportsmanlike, you blink, and they're in the red zone virtually.
I was going to say, see, that's what happens when you kick it deep, but then he returned it all the way up the sideline.
Yep.
I'm glad I kept it to myself.
They throw it up, and nice catch. A Moss-style catch from Barner. And a timeout taken by North Kingstown. They have 2 left, so they burn one of them. And talk about that unsportsmanlike penalty, an impressive special teams play, and now that one big reception has this North Kingstown team at the 13-yard line.
Well, North Kingstown was going to go back to that play until they hit it.
Yeah.
Finally, they hit Burner on the seam route from that H-back tight end spot. And, still I'd like him to get that ball out on top of his tight end a little bit more, but does a great job. Kind of mossed the linebacker, if you will, and corralled it in over his head while being dragged down to the ground. So great play there by Liam Barner, number 95. Been a mainstay in this game. They've been trying to get him the ball, North Kingstown has, for almost, it feels like this whole second quarter, and finally connect after the one called back on the sideline in the flats.
So North Kingstown will have one additional opportunity to stop the clock by our timeout calculations. So NK is well within striking distance here. And it's handed off and in for a score. No, the pile moving backwards, and they're going to knock him down at the 1.
Oof.
That's close.
I'm telling you, it is bad news when Droney gets downhill.
Yeah.
And like we talked about in the first quarter, he tends to take that pitch unlike most guys. He's already coming downhill with the head of steam. Almost drags most of the North Providence defensive backfield into the end zone. But they just are able to hang on, which is important. They're about the inch line, but there's 14 seconds left. So North Providence has a chance to stave this off. It's going to be tough. I mean, they marked that ball like the nose is almost touching the goal line.
The goal line. So virtually as long as the pile moves, NK will take advantage.
This is where in the pros you call a fake snap count on defense. You give them a little hut, and then hope the ref doesn't call it. Get that offensive jump. They'll move 5 yards back. You got yourself a little space, but it's illegal. You know what I mean? So it's I'm not recommending.
Yeah. As NK gets in this time. They just had to push the pile, and they do it. And North Kingstown, we thought, might be looking at a really uncomfortable halftime, knowing what was stacked against them. Now within striking distance again.
Yeah, definitely back in this game. The way they just drove down the field made that look easy. Finally connecting with Barner a little bit, getting Droney involved. Droney, big run at the end to set up that touchdown run right there.
So 10 seconds left in the half. North Kingstown going to try to pull within one score. It's up, and it is good. Perfectly executed by the Jags. And it's 24-16, 10 seconds until halftime. And North Kingstown is in really good position to come back out here in the second half and get back into this ball game.
Yeah, way to keep your poise there. That's tough to do at this level, you know, in a championship game. It feels like the game's getting out of hand. You put a drive together with your offense just when you need one. Quarterback finally hits his tight end on that play. They've been dialing up. And, you know, I always felt like in that second quarter they should get back to Droney a little bit. I felt like they went away from him, and I thought he had success in the first couple drives of the game.
Got to think, too, about the unsportsmanlike penalty that happened against the bench side here for North Providence. between that and the kick return. Then the quick play to Barner. You move virtually, 70 yards down the field in a blink of an eye.
Well, I'll see what they do here. You don't want to kick it back to one of these skill guys. I would probably try to kick to the sideline, much like North Providence has. A lot of teams we've seen today. I don't know. I don't get that feeling.
NK ready to kick it away. Adam Hayes.
Yep.
And he goes towards the sideline, and that's going to go out of bounds. So a penalty marker comes in.
The only thing dangerous about that one, the onside, is someone can just grab it and go like a pick six in the flats.
Yeah, you're right. But, and they did have an effort there. There was somebody within the area, but.
Yeah, it was a good kick for what they asked them to do.
So 10 seconds left to go in the first half of the Junior Varsity Championship.
So they're going to re-kick this. Did you catch what happened there?
No, I don't have a sudden they line up to re-kick.
Some sort of penalty, or they might have blew the whistle before. We cannot, necessarily hear the whistles up here, but oftentimes, that's what happened. I think that the guy on the end of the kickoff team just kind of played it out.
So NK will re-kick. Hayes comes back out and puts the ball on the tee.
I'd squib it a little bit further, down near the 40 or 30.
Oh, that's a tough
from
one.
From here, you could throw a Hail Mary from here.
Yeah.
Because there's no penalty for doing it. If you're backed up, you don't really want to take any chances. But from here, you could maybe get 2 plays off, to be honest. You always say divide by 7. So 7's going to go into 10. It's 2 because you get the change.
Yeah.
1 play, 3 seconds. Should have 3 seconds after the first play. If you do something, an average play, drop, throw, catch, get out of bounds, take about 7 seconds on average.
An unfortunate kick for NK that the Jags were the first to touch. That's a penalty. So you saw the official come out and just kind of wave the penalty marker and put it back in his pocket. So they'll start the ball right where it was first touched at the 40. With 10 seconds left in the first half. Lone man in the backfield is the quarterback, Monahan. Monahan throws it up. It's deflected in the air and incomplete.
Yeah, they're trying to throw a screen out to D'Angelo, see what he can do in space, maybe break a couple tackles and go the distance, or get out of bounds after 10 to 15 yards, which would then allow Cam the necessary yardage to throw into the end zone on the second play. But nothing doing. It took off about 5 seconds is what they ran off there. So I would say this is 1 play territory.
Sure.
And I've worked with Cam a little bit. I'd like to see him use snap count right here. Try to get two plays out of this. Yeah. Get them off sides, free play, then run another. Easier said than done.
An empty backfield again, and now D'Angelo's joins him with 5 seconds remaining in the half. Monahan takes the snap. Steps up, he's going to throw, and he's got a man. This play is live. Can NK make the stop? And they do. Nicely done by the Jags. Playing with fire a bit, but they make the stop, and that
game, right?
It's 2 o'clock, though, yeah.
Supposed to be 1:30.
Supposed to be 1:30.
We getting overtime?
Yeah. I can't believe this sideline got unsportsmanlike. Back for the second half of play here between North Kingstown and North Providence. Thanks for joining us here on what is a beautiful fall afternoon. Stone Freeman, former Brown quarterback Kyle Rowley next to me as we get ready to go. A kick from DeAngelis, and North Providence goes back and out of bounds. Pretty good boot. And NK will start off this second half. So really all good things for North Kingstown. Despite trailing here, Kyle, they were down 2 scores. They came down late thanks to a penalty and a good kick return, and you find yourself within 1 score again, and now you possess the football.
Yeah, it looked a little bleak for a second. We
Yeah.
came out of the break, the big break with the camera guys down. It felt like at least a half hour that we had a stoppage in play. North Providence came out pretty strong. NK struggled. Now they got going as we went on. But now another break for halftime.
Yeah.
We'll see if they can rev their engines up and get this going because I'm telling you, in a championship game, it is tough to play from behind.
Yeah.
You know, especially more than a score. So right now they've got them at 8. And that's a good place to be in, especially given where they were.
It was a shortened halftime, given all the stoppages in the first half. So it was 6 minutes versus 10. I know it's only a difference of 4 minutes, but these guys came right back out onto the field virtually. And North Kingstown will jog on back out there. Colahan pitches it. And downfield for Droney. And he's got about a 12-yard gainer on the far side of the field.
You can't let James Droney line up at the H-back on the right and let him get all the way to the edge on the left. You have to be aware of 32 at all times. And if you're on the opposite side, you got to know he's coming trap or he's coming sweep, and keep contained, force him back into your friends. That's where all the help is. But penalty looks like on the play. They'll bring it back, and North Providence kind of lucks out because they were on their heels already.
So the first drive of the second half, another penalty haunts North Kingstown, so which was starting field position at their own 35, now becomes their own 25. And it'll be now 2nd and 20. They need the 45-yard line for a first down. Droney again, trying to get those penalty yards back, and he does just that. He's got a blocker up ahead as well, and he'll get the penalty yardage back and a couple of yards extra.
That's too easy. That you would need to at least turn him inside. He's coming all the way across. They're basically telegraphing it and saying stop it. So at the very least, and we talked about this in one of the other games, you would be surprised how much these coaches scream, keep contained, keep contained. I still have like nightmares about it from my youth days, and it's crazy how much they won't keep contained.
So now it's 2nd and manageable, 2nd and 9, given those penalty yards are back.
There it is.
And Droney again downfield. And he gets just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line, but it's a first down.
But that one you can live with.
Yeah.
That one you can live with because at least there's guys in there. He happened to have a hole on that one, but at least it's tighter. You got linebackers in there. You got linemen in there. You got safeties that can come down hard. You don't have nothing on the side.
No.
There's sideline players.
25 yards quickly from NK has them just shy of midfield. And East Providence playing with the lead, trying to
I wouldn't be surprised they go right back to that.
Yeah, it's worked. And they do just that, Kyle.
There you go.
And this time they have an answer.
Great job.
He's into EP territory, or North Providence territory, at the North Providence 49. So a 2-yard gain.
Ronan Cuevas right there with an excellent play. Disruption in the backfield, bringing down a guy that's been very hard to bring down today. We need to see a little bit more of that. Everyone's got to kind of be on their mark. You know, there's a rhythm to this North Kingstown offense, and I think the rhythm is Droney, change up to, Fortunato.
Yeah.
Right.
We've seen a touchdown from him today. As they go on the ground again, this time to 42, Tyler McAuliffe. Brings up third down. Oh, Sean McAuliffe, sorry. So it's third down. Limping off the field is Ronan Cuevas, who Kyle just highlighted. He comes off the field and he'll be taking a seat on the bench to get tended to. Did run off by himself, though, which is a good sign. Third down, and they go back to the play that has worked all day long. Upfield, first down, inside the 40, and North Kingstown continues to fire here offensively.
At some point, you need to kind of like abandon what is taught, right? You're playing backside linebacker. You're responsible for the backside guard's hole. But if you see the same play over and over, you got to go help your friends out and risk a little bit. Yeah, maybe I do get beat on counter, but you're not going to take this bread and butter play and run it the entire time way down the field. These safeties, they might have to risk getting beat on a play action in order to plug that hole up. They're unblocked.
Again, similar play. This time they flip it in front, though.
And there's the counter, and that is the danger, but you can't just let them do the same play. So I think a really good play call right there. I'm surprised they didn't break down for a touchdown, to be honest, but you have to do something.
That was Owen Ayers, and it brings up second and short. The ball is spotted at the North Providence, 32-yard line. So a 5-yard gainer for Ayers. Second down. And this time they go back to the same play. And it's a first down.
It's a first down, but it's a better job. They force him inside, gain of 3, maybe 4 yards, where before it was 12, 15 yards at a clip. You know what I mean? So I feel like they've been coached up a little bit. Coach is yelling in there from the sidelines. But you can notice they're running away from North Providence's sidelines. Much harder to coach those guys this quarter on the right side of the defense.
That's true.
Yeah.
So it's the 26 is where the ball is, on the North Providence 26, that is. So the Jets are getting a tough look here at a really good North Kingstown Jags offense. I feel was just slow to wake up. And tackled in the backfield. That time the defense has an answer. A one-on-one tackle, and taking care of business is 34, Joseph DaCosta Jr.
DaCosta Jr. right where he needs to be. He's playing that left side cornerback for North Providence. Been steady all game, and that's exactly what you want to see. Kind of tack the outside shoulder. Made sure if he missed on the outside, and that's how you teach it. Good job, DaCosta Jr.
So North Kingstown, again, everything going their way over the last few moments dating back to that third quarter. They scored just before the break. Obviously, they received the second half kickoff, and now they're taking care of business here on their opening drive of the second half. And they go on the ground again. Upfield to McAuliffe. And he gets downed at about the 22, but another positive gain on the ground for North Kingstown.
The other thing you need to do is you need to squeeze.
Yeah.
You can't, as much as I'm saying keep contained, you can't only do that. It's there's a push-pull involved. You got to squeeze them down. If they're not going to threaten you, help out your buddies. And that's really every defense. It kind of shrinks and stretches to the formation and to the play. But they've got them in a good third down here. Could get off the field or force a fourth down situation.
Back to action here. After the timeout called by North Providence, it is 3rd and about 5. And they'll come the other way. And nobody around. In for the score. NK is 2 points from the tie. It's Droney again.
And, there's that counter to Droney, and, that's my exception. I think you get beat by a counter by someone other than Droney.
Yeah.
When Droney's running the sweep, cover the sweep. When Droney's running the counter, cover the counter, and hope for the opposite.
Well, here it comes. This is critically important. We kind of had this idea, Kyle, that had come down to this, right? Penalties, extra points, the little intricacies of this game, because both of these offenses are so good. So
big
North
kick.
Kingstown a chance to tie it with the 2-point kick.
I wouldn't want to be him right now in this extra point championship game.
And it's a bad snap. Corralled and taken down. So it's incomplete, and North Providence will hang on to a 2-point advantage. And now you got to think, if you're North Providence, right, can we put together a really good drive, right, that ends in points, get to the fourth quarter?
100%. They're up by 2 now. That's unfortunate. It looked like he could have handled that, but a little bit of a low snap. No fault. Don't even get a kickoff, really. So North Providence got to be happy about that. Use that as a little bit of momentum, but do not, based on how North Kingstown is playing, thinking you can sit on a 2-point lead. There's going to be more scoring in this game, and you have to keep the pedal to the metal.
Yeah.
I feel like North Providence has had more of a rhythm throughout the game.
Yeah,
they've been more consistent than North Kingstown. Haven't had those big highs and big lows, so just got to keep that going.
So NK will boot it away. Adam Hayes to do such. He'll kick off from the 40. And here we go. Down to the final 13:34 of this game in regulation, at least, between the two top teams in the junior varsity level. And you can see why. It's a kick that's corralled by that front line. That's funny.
Those are dangerous.
Yep.
Sometimes that hit right off your helmet, back to them. They get the ball. Great catch.
Good hands from DaCosta Jr., who we saw already get a tackle for loss. Gets after it on special teams as well. And it sets up his team in pretty good starting field position.
That was impressive. That's not easy to do.
No.
Those things aren't spiraling at you. They're end over end. He caught it clean. Saved possibly a turnover, because if he didn't catch that, it's bouncing right back to the kicking team. There we go. Big drive.
Timeouts go as such. North Providence has only called 1 in this half. North Kingstown, none. But still plenty of ball game left to go. Monahan takes the snap. The delay handoff out past the 50-yard line. And coming up from the bottom of the pile is DeAngelis. And it brings up 2nd and short, or medium rather.
Straight ahead out of gun, hands it downhill to DeAngelis after the motion clears by. Good situation. North Providence feels like they've been on the sideline for a good while. Got to get back out there, get in a rhythm.
They're going to throw it. Monahan slings it out, and it's incomplete in the flat.
He wants that back. That's not one he usually misses at the feet of his receiver. Unlike the college game or the pro game, even the high school game, I'm always assuming anything near midfield is basically 4-down territory in these leagues. Although we have seen a couple decent punts in this game, but you're in the championship at the end of the third quarter. My feeling is if it's close, I'm going for it on 4th down. But 3rd and 6 here.
It's a low snap corralled by Monahan. He hands it off and taken down. Trying to get upfield is Gavin St. Orge.
It's a nice catch by Monahan. Very low and hot snap. What he needs to do is tell his center that happened. His center will be completely unaware that was almost a turnover. But it's tough to remember that as you're coming to the sideline, getting a new play, getting him into the huddle, calling a new snap count, and then tapping him. Hey, man, that last one was low.
So 4th down and about 3 to go. Ball at the 45. North Providence needs the North Kingstown 42. This game's going to come down to the wire here. Moments like this are what are going to make it for either team.
A little bit of formation problems. He's getting them set up. He uses snap count smart.
Monahan takes it, slings it out on 4th down, and it's a first.
Nice play call, good execution, good blocking by those receivers, and it seemed like, he had a good sense of where that first down was. I believe, was that DeAngelis on the catch?
That was, number 2.
Smart, he headed right for that stick.
So it's a first down, chain mover on 4th down for North Providence. You can feel the NK, a little bit of a next play type of mentality now. Got to face a brand new set of downs.
Yeah, they've got to bend, don't break. This team's gonna move the ball, and then that kind of needs to be communicated in practice. This team's gonna move the ball, guys. Let's keep them out of the end zone.
Handoff goes to DeAngelis. We've seen him how dangerous he can be on a second effort already, and he avoids the first tackle, and he's pushed out of bounds at the 35. It was a good effort by 95 Barner, who we've seen active on the offensive side of the football, and now he's down.
That was only a 7-yard gain, but that was an incredible run. What he just did with the little low high step, whatever it was, it's a next level move.
As we come back to action here, Barner helped off to the other side of the field. And 2nd down, 2 to go for North Providence.
This is down and distance, take a shot. Don't be surprised if they call all vertical here.
Monahan has one man in the backfield with him, that's DeAngelis. Takes the low snap, and he hands it off. And DeAngelis trying to will himself to a first down. He gets taken down by NK's 32. That is James Droney, who we've talked about on the offensive side of the football.
Third and 2, they'll call it with no huddle here. He's directing traffic from the backfield.
Final
Looks like a little bit of confusion, though.
On 3rd down, 2 to go. This should be the final play of the 3rd. And some movement. And each team pointing at one another. We'll see what the call is. It's a false start. So it'll back them up. Well, it was 3rd and 2, now becomes 3rd and 7.
Yeah, shooting themselves in the foot there. All they need to do is a few dives. They really had 3 opportunities to dive forward for 2 yards.
Yeah.
And now they're looking at 3rd and, what'd you call it, 3rd and 7?
Yeah. Here it comes. Monahan puts his man in motion. That's Varan. And it goes to DeAngelis. And he's taken down at about the 39-yard line. Got back to the line of scrimmage, if that.
I don't love that play. They keep going to it. There's no action involved, and DeAngelis gets it from a standing position. He's got no momentum moving forward, and it really just relies on him kind of dancing around and making, and he's good at it, but give him a clear path, give him a hole, and let him react off of a plan.
So this will be the final play of the quarter with 2 seconds up on the clock. He got out of bounds, so we'll take this fourth quarter snap in the third quarter. NK still trails by 2, so this drive for North Providence, in desperate need of stopping it, are the Jags. Monahan motions his man again. He looks, throws over the We're back for the fourth quarter here in the Junior Varsity Championship. North Providence versus North Kingstown. North Providence up by 2 points. And this Monahead-led team continues to drive. Starting to separate themselves as it's another reception upfield, finally taken down for Giovanni Varan. And that is a perfect way to start the fourth quarter in a game that you lead.
A quick screen out to Varan. Pretty impressive to see these young guys passing the ball up and down the field. Before we went to break, he hit a slant over the middle, kind of directing traffic too, moving guys around before the play.
And we're back to action here after the injury. Fortunately, he was taken care of and walked off under his own power. So here we go. Brand new set of downs here for North Providence, as it's DeAngelis. Upfield, he's still up on his feet, and he's in for the score. Dives over the plane, and it is a touchdown for the Jets.
Well, don't listen to me. That's the play I said I didn't like, but DeAngelis does what he does and dances around, finds an opening, makes an opening. And this is just really just freestyle football here, and good for them. It works, and that's actually going to give them, a hefty lead. These like we talked about, these quarters move fast. So that is a big score right there. Great job by DeAngelis dancing, making something happen.
So they will take a shot here at I think the 2-point kick, right? I know they're going to space everybody out. DeAngelis in the backfield.
Try for one here.
DeAngelis gets it, trying to get to the edge, and he's in for one. That'll extend it to a two-possession game.
It's impressive, man, the body control that he's employing, sticking the ball out just when he's within reach of that goal line, keeping his balance, making moves, setting up blocks. Super impressive, and you can see he got that ball over there, but even if that tackle was made.
Just about 9 minutes left to go in the fourth, and a critical extra point that makes this a 2-score game in favor of North Providence. So the Jets will go back on defense, and we'll see what the NK Jags have up their sleeve.
Yeah, that's a big extra point right there, obviously. And seemed like DeAngelis had a good sense of that and sense of the moment. Yeah. And kind of put his team on his back right there. Like I said, I'd give credit to the lineman, but I really think that's kind of a block whoever's in front of you, let him do what he does. And Lorenzo DeAngelis making a play for his team in the championship game when it counts.
North Kingstown, the Jags won the Pee Wee division, our last championship game. Trying to go back-to-back, but they're going to have some work to do here at the junior varsity level. A good boot. Falls quickly and taken down by the Jags with some speed. Cuts back in great starting field position. That is Liam Barner again.
Liam Barner is everywhere.
He does it on every phase.
He's the kick returner. He's the tight end. He's the H-back.
Yep.
He's the running back. I think they go straight shotgun to him on occasion.
Yep.
Early, I believe they did that. So, at this youth level, you got a handful of skill guys, and you lean heavy on them. And the guys that don't get the credit are the guys in the interior that go home bumped and bruised, and we don't call their names, and we apologize.
That's any level, too, not just these young kids. It's pitched. This has been the reliable play all day, but instead.
There we go. Oh, he's going to get a late hit.
North Providence has an answer, and they're going to get a late hit, though. You're right.
I don't like it.
Me either. Oh, no, there's too many men on the field.
Count them up. Somebody sneak off.
Oh, he picked up the flag. He had it wrong. So no harm, no foul.
They're laughing.
Yeah. Hey, we're all human.
Well, good thing for North Providence. That's the first time they really stopped that dead in its tracks. No yard gain, even a loss of one. They kind of sniffed it out, which is what I've been trying to implore them to do. Just block that. Make them run something.
And we're right back to gameplay here in the fourth quarter of a two-score game, 31-22. North Providence up on North Kingstown. It's second and long here for the Jags.
North Kingstown's got to come away with points here.
Snap, hand it off, and a nice rush up the gut for Sean McAuliffe. Brings up third down and short.
That is a good start. Downhill, good pickup. Third down, they got 2 to pick this up. I don't think they're going to overthink this. Run downhill. You know, they've been very spotty in the passing attack. It's the first time you've ever heard me say for a team to lean on the run.
That's right. Similar formation. And it's the same play. Only needed a couple yards, and they got it out to the 30. Nice tackle by Kingston Barrett, number 27 for the Jets. That could have been a lot more worse.
Yeah, McAuliffe was one shoestring tackle away from breaking that out to the right side, hitting the sideline. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Keep going to him. To me, I'm looking at the time. I think they must get points here.
Yeah, you're right. And again, it's 24. That's Ayers. And he gets to the outside edge. It's a first down. Out of bounds at about the 15-yard line, in between the 20 and the 15 somewhere. Well, they're going to mark him right at the 20. So first down.
Everything's working. You know, this is where you might you get up to the line, just run again.
Yeah.
Get up to the line, give it to McAuliffe. But they're going to huddle, do this methodically. You know, I say that, but that, you know, sometimes you forget you're watching at youth level.
Yeah.
You just try to rush sometimes. People line up wrong. People jump off sides. First down.
So first and 10. And a handoff again.
Yep.
Penalty marker comes in.
Face mask, possibly.
DeAngelis came up with the football somehow.
There's a flag down. I thought someone grabbed someone by the helmet. It could be a face mask penalty, which, depending on that spot, might get them down a 1 yard line.
Face mask against North Providence.
They might go half the distance if it's flat on the 15. We're at 5. There's 5 on incidental face mask 5.
It's 10 at the 10-yard line.
Tight formation.
From the 10. And they pitch it again. North Providence has an answer.
Yeah, there's been a few times on this drive that North Providence has met James Droney at the line of scrimmage, which they'd have trouble doing in the entirety of the third quarter, it felt like. Maybe finally figuring it out, seeing it. It's a slow developing play with that motion, so you can see it developing. You just got to make sure you keep a couple guys for that counter inside.
6:30 left to go here in the fourth. And again, it's handed off. This time it's McAuliffe again, and he's bottled up right away by DeAngelis, who's been great today on every side of the football. That'll bring up third down and goal to go from the 9-yard line.
This is where you got to get creative. You go deep in that playbook. This is a championship. Don't leave anything out. You know, you practice certain trick plays, double reverses, double passes.
He's going to throw it. Look into the end zone, and it is nearly intercepted. Right there in the area was Joseph DaCosta Jr. He was actually advocating for an offensive pass interference, which he won't get, and I think that's fourth down.
It is, and, you know, Callahan had to throw that off his back foot, trying to get that into the corner of the end zone. Just a little bit short, tough to make that throw when you're getting hit at the same time, but Yeah, they got to dial something up here. To me, this is toss pass territory. Toss it to somebody and let a tight end sneak out to the back corner of the end zone.
So here we go. Got that feeling of this could be the game here virtually.
And a passing set.
Quarterback takes the snap. Looking over the middle. Now he's going to flush out to his left-hand side, and he's tackled from behind. Nice play by this defensive front for North Providence, and the Jets take over on downs.
Number 27, Kingston Barrett, ran the quarterback down from behind. Looked like he had a chance, some second play opportunity to find someone in the back of the end zone, but Barrett wasn't having anything of it. Chased him down from behind, made the tackle, and North Providence is juiced about that because they're starting to smell blood in the water. 5:38 left in this championship game. They're already up 2 scores. The separation is 9.
They got a long ways to go to find the end zone again, but obviously momentum in their favor as Monahan, DeAngelis, and the rest of the Jets offense that's been so good today jog back out onto the field. Varan is the motion man. They pitch it up to him, and
hold that ball.
Gets a little bit of wiggle room. Out to about the 13-yard line. And of course, the clock becomes your best friend now if you're in North Providence.
Yeah, this is where, you like to have your quarterback in the huddle telling people, hey, don't reach that ball out, try to get a first down, don't be a superstar. We need to hold the ball, run some plays, punt this away if they can. The problem is I don't know which teams have punting. It doesn't feel like a lot of them like to punt at all.
That's a 3-yard gain, so it'll be 2nd and 7. 5 minutes even left to go here in the 4th quarter. Varan motions again, and they go to DeAngelis. DeAngelis makes 2 men miss, and finally he's swarmed upon by some Jags. Lorenzo Maglioli finishes him off for North Kingstown. It's a timeout taken by the officials as there's an injury on the field.
I still don't like that play. Just seems like, what normally happens is you line your running back up 1 by 1, they call it, which is 1 yard behind, 1 yard off the quarterback so that he can get a little bit of momentum, come past you after the snap.
And fortunately, DeAngelis is up. I think it was number 2. Yes, it is. They'll compose everybody as we see some of the older out of the break. There's a timeout taken by the Jags. And now out of the timeout, third down for North Providence, who just made a stop on the red zone against North Kingstown. Monahan takes the snap. He's going to throw it. Screens it out to Varan. Varan is tackled at about the 16-yard line. They need the 19 for a first, so it's going to be 4th and 3.
Yeah,
decision time now.
I'm looking at the sideline. Let's see if they sneak a punter out into the game. Or they don't have to sneak him, send him. So you got number 19 going out there. He's got a punter body type. It's been few and far between. Some of the punts we've seen have just been quarterbacks punting it from about, 8 yards deep in the backfield.
And we get a timeout again.
So, let's say 4:30.
Yeah.
4:30. That's a big play. There's still
4
hope.
minutes even.
4 minutes even. There's a glare for me.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, I would say there's still hope for North Kingstown if something happens here. If there's a block punt, if they turn it over on downs and don't get out of, this territory, they've got to somehow punt this thing to midfield and at least make them work for this touchdown. Because if they give one away, now it's up to an onside kick, or they could go 3 and out and get the ball back. Well, Cam Monahan's out of the game. It looks like he's got his helmet off. So I imagine they're going to try to punt this thing.
Which I think is smart in a 2-score game, no?
Yeah, 100%. Even if you're not, used to doing it.
Yeah.
But the problem is that snap in youth football, snapping it back 15 yards between your legs, anything can happen.
Yep.
Oh, they are. I think they're gonna go straight to DeAngelis, let him run around, try to get a first.
DeAngelis is also their kicker too.
Yeah, he's backing up. He's backing up now. He's gonna punt it. Clock is running. He's been told to use the entirety of that play clock.
The official signals for 5.
Good.
DeAngelis with a good boot. It's going to get fair caught at the 40.
I don't like that fair catch, though.
Yeah, plenty of room to run.
Yeah, Owen Air is there. Fields are clean, but, a little bit of a unnecessary fair catch.
Yeah.
Well, they got the ball back. They got a chance to do something quick. They might have enough time to put 2 scores up. I mean, that extra point was everything.
It was.
Making it a 9-point game. And that just makes it so much further away. But we've still got a game. And they've done some things. I would look for them to try to target Liam Barner downfield, try to make something happen quickly. Every time they've gone deep, it's been him. So look for 95 here.
Quarterback under center, takes the snap, and they hand it off. Nice run on first down.
Almost.
Taken down at the 32-yard line. That's McAuliffe again. So it'll be shy of a first, but a nice 8-yard run to start off this important drive for the Jags.
Good tackle by Kingston Barrett. Came down from the safety spot and made a tackle 6 yards off the original line of scrimmage, which is impressive. Shows that he's coming up rallying to the football. Just got to be careful. Make sure don't get beat on play action here.
Snap taken, same thing, and he's wrapped up. Nice play. Here we go, back in Providence. It's a big third down here for NK. They just took a timeout to talk things over in a 2-score game in the fourth quarter of a championship, the Junior Varsity Championship. As it's pitched, the ball's bobbled, but it's held up in the air and then ripped down, and the ball is loose again. And look who's got it. Here comes North Providence, and it is DeAngelis who avoids a tackler, and this should ice it. He's been the best player on the team, on the field all day, and Lorenzo DeAngelis makes the biggest play in the biggest moment.
Unbelievable. Didn't need to do it. Scooped it up when he's already got the game in hand, and a little bit of showmanship. Finished the 40-yard dash at the goal line. Lorenzo DeAngelis making play after play after play late in this game, championship style. That's called clutch. He's got the gene, and he's doing it for his team. But, you know, they tried to go to Droney there. A little bit of a mishap on the toss for the first time. I was wondering if they were going to go back to that play. Looked like Droney recovered it for a second and then lost it again.
So 2 minutes and 28 seconds left to go in what is now a game that's opened up. North Providence up big.
That is how you seal the deal.
So they will employ DeAngelis out there for a 1-point effort. And they hand it off to him. And he's in. 38-22 is the score. And what is a all North Providence Jets game now.
Impressive, impressive. You know, I'm the guy yelling, "Jump on it, jump on it!" And then, you know, I knew when I saw his number, he was going to try to scoop that thing. And, you know, he puts, to his credit, he puts the game away, hits the sideline. You know, he's just got that that ability to sense a moment, make a play for his team, take advantage of mistakes on the other side of the ball. And, yeah, impressive. And I talked about it earlier, his body control. That's why I don't like people doing that. It takes a lot to bend down, pick up that oblong-shaped ball, and then get back to running.
And the North Providence fans come to life here.
Big crowd all day here. If you peek out the window, it's packed. This is completely full.
Oh, yeah.
These LaSalle Academy bleachers.
And it's booted up and immediately fallen on by North Kingstown.
Well, I'm giving Lorenzo DeAngelis player of the game.
Yeah,
it's official.
I would too. And he's been sensational. They're going to have to re-kick here. And it's an onside kick attempt. The ball's loose on the ground and recovered at the 50-yard line. Covered by 21, that's Braden D'Amico. And with 2:25 left to go in the fourth here, the ball will go back into the Jags' hands.
Now you're just playing for pride here. It's a long shot at best, and you just want to kind of finish with the score. Great season. You're in the championship game. You're young. You know, you always want to learn how to finish. Yeah. Always keep your head high. Keep playing football till the last bell, as they say. And the North Providence Jets really turned it on. You know, I'd say the whole second half. North Kingstown had some spurts, some signs of life, but the wheels on the bus finally came off. And we said it, that North Providence looked more consistent all day. I think the difference was they were much more steady in the passing game, for sure.
Sure. Ball at the 50. backfield. And the ball's loose again.
No
it's
way.
scooped up by
No
East
way.
Providence. And is this another scoop and score? And it is for DeAngelis.
Yeah, it's a message to me. I get it. I get it.
Wow.
I get it, Lorenzo. He's speaking to me. I'll scoop and score when I want.
Wow. Took his second one back in as many snaps.
Unbelievable. I didn't see. Did he rip it out of his hand, or did it scoop the fumble?
I think it bounced.
Wow.
Either way,
Talk
it's
about
6.
The icing on the cake with the cherry on top. Wow. I'm glad I went out on a limb and gave him player of the game. Just ripping the ball.
I mean, he's their kicker. He's gotten 2 defensive scores, a score on offense for a team that has put up
They don't even
44 points.
They don't even run a play. They just hand him the ball.
That's it.
They just stick it in his stomach and go do it.
Do what you got to do, man. That's a play call with Lorenzo. And Monahan's trying to scamper upfield. And he'll be short. Score will stay 44-22.
Cam Monahan had a good game today, led the team, kind of field general. You see him moving guys around. It's impressive at the junior varsity level. He's getting guys off the ball, slotting them, moving, sending them in motion.
Very impressive.
And then hitting slants. I got to venture to say he's probably 90% completion rate. I don't even remember really an incompletion.
So about 2 minutes left to go in the fourth of what has now been blown open. A North Providence dominated second half.
Good blocking for North Providence all day long. Time in the pocket. Running that freestyle run play. It's called give DeAngelis the ball. Get the heck out of the way.
Let him do what he needs to do. So they will kick it away. Will the Jets to the Jags who await?
Yeah, he's outscored almost the entire North Kingstown team himself.
It's a good kick that the Jags are going to have to field. And there's a penalty marker that comes in as the tackle is made by Tejada.
What do you think? I didn't.
They said it was against the kick team, the return team rather. So they're going to back him up.
Tough run there by Barner.
Legal block in the back, I think, was what the call was. So it's a 22-point affair.
2 minutes, 33. Try to put something together, North Kingstown. Now, what's crazy, too, is like these guys will play together all the way through and into high school, and they got that feeder system. We talked about a little bit in the last game, but you know, you want to finish strong for that, too, that this isn't the end of the road for these guys. They'll play all the way through high school together.
So the Jags will snap the football, and they hand it off. This time it's D'Amico, and he's got some space upfield.
There you go.
As he cuts back at the 40.
There you go.
Still on his feet, and he's tackled down at the 40-yard line. Chains move. And then
Got a little speed on him, right?
Playing with some pride.
Quickness. You get your name highlighted, Braden. If your name's highlighted, you're doing some stuff.
Yeah. So the clock stopped to move the chains, and now right back to rolling again with about 100 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. They hand off again on an end around. This time it's Carroll. Carroll still up on his feet, and he gets out of bounds. I'm sorry, that's number 9.
Well, yeah, we don't have him on the roster.
No. He's out there, though.
He's 9. Niner. Johnny Niner.
You get out of bounds, stops the clock. 2nd down and short.
We apologize. He's literally not on the roster. So good run, though.
Hit somebody, David! Don't back off that tackle!
2nd down and about 4. And they go back on the ground again. And this will bring up 3rd down as the clock continues to roll to about a minute left.
Getting some guys some playing time. It's nice to get into a championship game when you're not often seeing the field, to get into that game in particular, the championship, and be able to say you contributed. Pretty cool feeling for some of these second stringers and scout team guys that contribute every day at practice. Football is not, the easiest sport to go through a full season, especially when you're not getting as much burn as you want. So, got to be a nice feeling for those guys.
37 seconds and rolling. Left to go here in the 4th. And the Jets can taste it as the Jags go back on the ground and cutting back upfield. A 1st down for D'Amico.
I'm telling you, he's got some quickness.
Yeah.
That's why he's got the highlight on his name now.
He's pretty good.
Yeah. He makes a little move to the outside, puts his right foot in the ground, sticks it, comes back.
And the North Providence Jets will get their crowd hyped up as the Jets get the victory. And they dump the ice water on their coach. That's pretty good. And that should do it. 000's up on the scoreboard. And the Junior Varsity Championship goes to the North Providence Jets.